Stadium has received a new retail patch note, giving some heroes great buffs while some heroes are receiving well-deserved nerfs. So, let's keep it short and let's get into it. Let's start with tanks. We have only one tank who has received a change in that role, and that hero is d.va. d.va's power, Turkish Slam, now deals 30% damage, up from 20% damage. The devs say Turkish Slam was too powerful back then and they had to nerf it, but after observing it for a full season, they decided to revert some of the damage. I neither play tank nor damages in Stadium, I do sometimes, but I probably seen d.va 2 or 3 times in this Stadium season, and I have only been playing this mode, so I guess this is a good buff for her, who knows. Now, time for damage heroes. Let's start with Junkrat. He has received both buffs and nerfs. Overall, each change suits his kit. I was expecting something a big nerf to his bombardment attack, but this changes looks good as well. I hope they will nerf the gun, but until then, his cash gain from healing and damage has increased by 11.11%. Also, 3 of his powers have changed, so let's take a look at them. It's another trap has been fixed. Using steel trap while you had one charge will also consume the recharging charge. Previously, they had this bug, but I didn't play Junkrat, so I didn't know he had something like that. If anyone plays Junkrat, now you can use that steel trap without any problem. Hop Boom's damage reduction decreased 30% from 50%, meaning it now deals more damage. Radiant Lead has received a small yet solid buff. The bomb's frequency is now every 0.3 seconds, down from 0.4 seconds, meaning he will drop more bombs when he is in mid-air. Now, time for his hero items. Lithium Alloy, epic item, now deals 75 burn damage to enemies who step on trap. It was previously 50 damage. Favki's Funny Fuel, epic item, overall buff, ability power increased to 15% up from 10%, ability lifesteal increased 15% up from 10%. The devs say his gameplay usually revolves around his gun and they want players to explore a different playstyle by buffing his abilities rather than his weapon. Now let's talk about Mei. Mei has received a nice buff to one of her powers. Twice as nice will now also reset the next snowball flight's cooldown. The devs say they gave this buff to create a more fluid playstyle and to encourage using her crowd control opportunities even more. Overall, I think it's a good buff, especially compared to other heroes dominating Stadium. With this change, she can better synchronize her abilities. Now, time to talk about supports. A lot of Ana's power have been adjusted. Let's start with our turn. Allies who received the nanoboost from the original cast will now have its duration reduced to 25%, down from 50%. My turn's duration increased to 100%, up from 50%, meaning you'll now have the same duration as the teammate you gave nanoboost. Your full potential now gives 35% ultimate charge, up from 25%. Timeout will now slow for 2.5 seconds, up from 1.5 seconds. Venomous damage is increased to 75, up from 50. With these changes, they making her a true game changer in the battle as they wanted. I think she needed these buffs, and our turn deserved a nerf since it was too powerful when all your teammates were close by. Overall, she is in a good spot right now, and I hope they won't nerf her for a while. Juno has received only one small nerf. Hyper Healer will now give 75 over health, down from 100. The devs say that at higher MMR tiers, Juno became a flying tracer who is hard to kill, which I totally agree. With this change, they want to reduce her survivability, but this nerf won't be enough, since the problem lies in her other powers and items. Until they nerf those, we'll still see the flying tracer in our game. But there's a good news too. Kiriko's clone consumption has been adjusted. Her clone now deals 65% less healing and damage, but its duration increased to 4 seconds, up from 2.5 seconds. The devs say they're adjusting her clone power to serve as a decoy and utility tool rather than a little gameplay mechanic. I totally agree. She was too overpowered in DPS focused Kiriko builds, and she had to be nerfed, and this make clone mood more balanced, and I hope they do the same thing to the Juno as well. Now let's talk about Zenyatta. Zenyatta's dual harmony has been slightly buffed. Both ops now heal more, with healing reduction decreased to 40%, down from 45%. Gotta have Fate received a significant buff. Op duration increased by 10 seconds, up from 5 seconds. Soul Control also got a buff, increased ultimate meter cap to 75%, 60% up from 65%. This means you can keep your ultimate points if you cancel your ultimate quickly, which I think is perfect. The devs say that while Zenyatta has often leaned toward offensive playstyle, they making adjustments to encourage his healing focused builds as well. I totally agree with this one, because as a support player who has been playing Stadium since the season started, Zenyatta is the only one for whom I made a build solely focusing on damage, and I hope they add more healing buff to him for these healing builds. Now, we talked all heroes changes in this Stadium patch note. Now, lastly, 2 general items have been adjusted. Aerial Distresses cost decreased to 9,000 down from 10,000, and 3-tap Tommy's guns cost increased to 10,500 up from 9,500 cash. With this all changes, that's all for the video. I hope you guys like it, and if you did, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next videos. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.